Villains are destined to die. Chapter 3. Thinking that this life was a gift from the God for the pitiful me. However, I succeeded in enduring and finally escaping the dang house. I was accepted into the famous university that everyone in the world knows about. There was a house I could fully relax in, even though it was small and dirty. There were nothing left but things that would help me on the way to the brightest future after I left the two bastards. What I'm trying to say is that Penelope's life, which every littlest mistake takes me to my death, isn't any better. Never mind. Far worse. It would be a different matter if I at least was the heroine of the normal mode whose every decision led her to walk the flower path. But why? But why, to me, who've just succeeded in escaping the hell-like house? Just why? Slam dash! I screamed, slamming on the sink. The girl's beautiful face reflected on the mirror showed a horrifying expression. The sight of her looking more furious than sad certainly made her look like the greatest villain in the game. Ha! I sighed deep and ran my hand through my hair to flip it. I thought of things about Penelope. Penelope Eckart. A villainess of one game, the heroine of the hard mode. Penelope was actually a commoner with no surname. Penelope, who grew up going from place to place with her poor mother, catches the interest of the Duke, who was desperately searching for his lost Mac daughter. When her mother, who suffered an illness, passed away, she was adopted to the Eckart Duke family. There was only reason she was able to turn into the lady of the Duke family. It was thanks to her appearance that matched the lost daughter of the Duke. The pink hair inherited by the dead Duchess, and the clear blue eyes which symbolized the Eckart family. I thought of the second son of the Duke, whom I just saw not too long ago. His hair was the color of the lovely pink. However, the hair color of the women in the mirror was more towards flame color than pink. And the turquoise-colored eyes that slightly differed from the rest of the family members. He should have continued finding his daughter. Why did he have to take in a random kid? As Penelope grew, she did not look like his daughter anymore. The Duke soon lost his interest for her and locks her out of his sight. All that was left for Penelope, who lost the Duke's interest, was her two stepbrothers and the workers abusing. It's so similar to my life to the point it feels unpleasant. Penelope's life and the treatments she got was awfully like mine. It was something I didn't notice when I was playing it as a game. I suddenly started feeling down. Fake lady. Every workers working in this mansion called Penelope fake. Penelope herself was breathtakingly beautiful, but to others' eyes, she was only a mere clone that didn't even look like the original. Maybe the story flowed differently if she acted cute towards others, but her personality hit the bottom even though she was only a girl who just coincidentally happened to enter the family. Flashing back to the prologue of the story, it was explained she was always on guard towards everyone like a hedgehog with spikes up, and always caused trouble wherever she went to, no matter the place or the situation. I wondered why the choices of lines were all something that would surely cause a fuss. I nodded my head, finally understanding why all the choices I had to choose from were that insane. Penelope was actually a villain who seemed powerful just by her name. Unlike how naive the normal mode heroine looked like, she looked so keen and sharp. But I sort of understood Penelope. Just today. No, just a few hours. I've experienced the treatments she got for only for few hours, yet I think it was enough for me to understand how her life must have been. Even though she's called a fake. How could they wake her up, poking her with needles? Even so, she's a girl picked up by the Duke himself. Not even one maid would wake the other maids that way. It was when she was 12 when Penelope was adopted to the Duke family. If she was abused from that day and on, there weren't that much things a little kid could do to the adults who wouldn't even listen to her words no matter how hard she shouted. Is this a proof trying to prove she's a meant-to-be villainess? Nothing could change the fact that she was abused all the time even until today. No characters were the least merciful towards Penelope, and the motions that killed Penelope inside were rough and insane. I feel a bit sorry for her. I raised my hand and stroked Penelope's fragile soft cheek. The figure with strong shade of pink hair reflected in the mirror looked sorrowful. However, I got rid of the feeling of pity towards the other. Who's sorry about who? It wasn't the time to think about things in peace. I was Penelope now. It meant that I could die in the male character's hands anytime like that Penelope did in the game. It was fear that I felt when I reminded me of that. Subscribe, like and share for more chapters and novels every day.